Okay, so by now we've figured out the equation for K and how to calculate it, but what does it mean? Well, here you go. If K is much greater than 1, maybe that confused you, the two greater signs, greater than signs. No, that's not a typo. It just means that K is really, really bigger than 1. So if K is much greater than 1, the reaction is product favored. Product predominates at equilibrium, right? So, and you can see that because here's all the product and here's the reactants, not as much. So if K is, what do you think that means? This here? Well, much less than. The reaction is reactant favored. Reactant predominates at equilibrium. So at equilibrium, you have more reactants than you do products.
The favorability of a reaction, or the degree to which it creates products, can be determined by examining the equilibrium constant. So I have a reaction here, 2H2O gas produces 2H plus O2, and I've got some experimental data here. After 0, 5, and 10 minutes, what is the concentration of water, the concentration of hydrogen, the concentration of oxygen? And you can see that between 5 and 10 minutes, equilibrium is achieved there. There's no more change in concentration. So that is our equilibrium concentration, or those are our equilibrium concentrations. So K is equal to the concentration of the products at equilibrium, so H2 squared or 6 squared times O2, which the concentration is 3, over the concentration of water at equilibrium, which is 4 squared. Again, calculate that, you get 6.75. That's much greater than 1, or greater than 1. When K is greater than 1, that means that the numerator of this expression is larger. That would be the products, right? The products is larger. So if K is greater than 1, the reaction is considered relatively favorable. The greater the value, the more favorable it is. So the more the equilibrium is shifted toward the products. If K is less than 1, the reaction would be deemed relatively unfavorable, as the reactants, or the denominator of this equilibrium expression, is preferred.